Oh, hey, what's up? So there's this one idea in among people that do apologetics, something called the gap theory, and this is the belief that God destroyed the universe or destroyed the earth prior to creating it. So the world that we live in isn't the first earth; it's actually the second one. So a lot of people don't like this idea, and they call it the gap theory. Now, there is actually proof that this did happen. So I'm going to call it the gap fact. And now, even if you don't want to believe it, or even if I'm wrong for some reason, and that it really is a theory, then the Bible's still true. So whether I'm right or wrong, the Bible's, the Bible's still true. But I do believe there is actually quite a lot of evidence in the Bible for the fact that the world was destroyed prior to it being recreated, and that we are currently living in a recreated world. And that so first of all, Lucifer fell. So Lucifer started a war, and he took a third of the angels, and there was a massive war in outer space in the universe. And so it makes sense that God destroyed that world and Satan fell with those angels. And it was only then that he recreated the earth. And we can also see this in Genesis 1:2. In Genesis 1:2 it says, "And the earth was without form and void." So it says, "And the earth was without form and void." So that's as if the earth was already there and it was without form and void, like he already had destroyed it. And after that it says, "And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Now there's actually quite a lot to unpack here. It says the deep. The darkness was upon the face of the deep. So a lot of people don't know what the deep is. I won't go into too much detail, but the deep is basically outer space. That's what the Bible calls the deep, which is very interesting because for a long time people thought a lot of people still think that the deep just means the ocean on Earth, which is where the idea came that Leviathan or Satan was swimming in the Pacific Ocean, and that is why the sailors didn't want to go that way. So when you don't understand the Bible, you get a lot of very weird ideas. But no, the deep never referred to the Pacific Ocean. The deep was a reference to outer space. So it says the darkness was upon the face of the deep. And interesting enough, later it says God, the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. So there was already water. It's only verse 2 in the Bible, and there's already water in existence. So it's very interesting. But I would say mostly because of the fact that Satan fell with the angels. I think that's the best proof for the fact that the earth had been destroyed prior to its recreation, and that we are currently living in a recreated earth. So once again, it's just one of those things that people like to really debate about and argue, but the Bible's still true. Regardless of who is correct, um, you know, the Bible's still true. It wouldn't matter who's right in this argument. Although I do believe that it's a gap fact that so I do believe there's quite a lot more evidence supporting the fact that the Earth was destroyed prior to being recreated than the other way around. So anyway, yeah, I don't really think there's anything else for me to say here. But anyway, I'll see you next time.